Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Focus on the look that works best for you. Focus on the look that works best for you. And you know, as I told man, the circle, when I be doing these car videos, I don't be planning them or something, right? So I'm going through my comments in the mornings, and I check every comment just to let you know. That's why some of y'all don't be getting away with some foul shit, right? I be checking every comment, and even when you call yourself like commenting on somebody else's post, I be checking that shit too. Anyway, right? I forgot what I said in this car video, but I must have said something about my beard, right? And this little pretty young lady who constantly comments on my stuff, who constantly supports me, is like, yeah, that beard suits me. And, the reason why I'm saying that is, like I said, every now and then you get some guy say, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. Man, hold up, man. First of all, it's kind of like I said when I had my medical emergency and I lost that weight. And I was all slim, emaciated and stuff. And guys were like, you looking good, Uncle Ron. And women were like, you need a cheeseburger? Like I said, I even had some women fixing food for me, bringing it over. Shit. One young lady, she was about to fly out on her own. I was about, man, shit, whatever. Look, man, because there's always this talk about looks and looks maxing and everything. But look, at the end of the day, you got to find what works for you. What works for you might not be the same as what works for somebody else. Hold on, man. I got to turn on this defroster. God damn. It's up here. This weather, man. Okay, this ain't moving quick enough. I might be here for a second. Yeah. But look, man. I'm going to tell you what. Focus on the look that works for you. I don't give a shit how many times you see Chad getting some woman, he looking a certain way, or even on these videos. You got to find what works for you. That's why even when I talk about body game, I say find the body that works for you. Works for you. Yeah, one dude might be able to get away with being all like slim and all of that, right? And then that's cool. That's cool, right? But you got, hold on, let me turn this up a bit more. If y'all hear something in the background, man, it's cold out here, windows frosted and everything. Shit, I gotta have this before I can drive. Because, I'll be on that Popo watch. Popo be like, oh, man, got that black man driving. His windows are fogged. Let's just stop him. Let's just stop him. Anyway. Look, man, find a look that works best for you no matter what. And, it's funny because I'm going to shave this in a couple weeks anyway. And, I shave it for business, but usually I just let it grow out. We're getting on some metaphysical shit, right? I let it grow out before my birthday and then shave everything then. Now, I remember I did that like years ago and started messing with this woman. Now, my shit was like out here, hair was out here. And this woman was giving me all paws of the pussy. But then I remember shaving all of it off, and she was getting mad. She still gave me all paws of the pussy, but she was like, why'd you cut all that? Look, man, I'm going to tell y'all something with women. They don't all like the same look. I don't know why guys can't figure that shit out. Women like different shit, man. Women like different shit. Yeah, let me try to get this done quicker. Hold on. Get this done quick. I can see out here. Popo won't stop me. But yeah, you got to figure out what works for you. And you know how you figure out what works for you? Which women giving you the poo-poo. That's it. Now what some guys say, shoot, that guy, you ain't, I hope you ain't trying to get with that guy. I hope. It might be different for some of y'all. Hey, girl. Now you too young. You too young. I can't be checking you that hard. But I'm gonna tell you what. When you out here, it's easy to figure out what look works for you. It's like this tantra master said. I never forget what he said. And I said it a couple times. You know, as soon as you walk out the door, what is it about you that women are checking out? Like, even when I say the barber bless you. Now, you notice I said I never say get a particular haircut, right? You gotta see what works for you. Like, my sons, they supposed to get a haircut this Friday. They supposed to get a haircut this Friday. One likes wearing that fade. And it'll be a serious high top fade. If I ain't say, man, cut a little bit of that off. But the other one, man, he don't like no fade at all. He like his shit cut low, man. He like his shit cut low. But it works for him. It works for him. You know, you gotta find out what your haircut is. If you're gonna have some facial hair, not some facial hair. You gotta figure out even your body build. Like, that's why I say figure out which body build works for you. You know, you might have to put on some weight, you might have to lose some weight. Like, if wherever you at now, you ain't getting no parts of the pussy, you might have to change something. But even when you get in the body game, it ain't about how much body fat you had, because like I said, you got a lot of women out there that like a little bit of stomach on a man. And they might like it on you if you got that. If you got that. If you don't have it, well, whatever. But you gotta figure out what works best for you. You gotta be the expert. And you're the expert. Nobody can tell you. Like, another man can't look at you and say, because that man don't have a vagina. And I'm gonna emphasize that man don't have a vagina. And women, you never know what they like. Like, I was dealing with that woman a few years ago. She liked it when I was like looking a little rougher. She didn't like clean cut rum. But then there's some women I dealt with, they love clean cut rum. And, you know, as Master Teacher BGS peeped about me when I first got on here, I be changing my look. But it depends on the woman. It depends on the woman, where I'm at, what I'm doing. And see, that's the important thing. See, don't worry about it. See, you got some guys out here saying, well, I ain't that tall. Well, you might not need to be. And yeah, let me get this out of the way. There's going to be some women that reject you no matter what. Who gives a fuck? You got to have an abundance mentality. Instead of worrying about the women rejecting you, focus on the ones getting with you. Like, I had talked about this woman that I had wanted to get with, and she wasn't giving me no positive poo. Nothing. But then a woman in the same area, same place where I saw this other woman, actually had a better body. And she was real friendly. She actually had a better body. Shoot. But that's what you got to focus on, because, see, here's the thing with women. These women ain't robots out here, man. These women out here ain't robots. They got different shit going on. They influenced by whatever their social class is, whatever their subculture is, whatever. In fact, on IG, like, this one dude who always talk about class, he was talking about that, like, class and relationships. And then this woman, she was talking about, like, assortative mating. And assortative mating means you just mating with somebody in your group or something. That's how most people mate anyway. Like, talking about that whole Chad thing, right? Like I said, if you look at Chad, yeah, they could probably appeal to some upper class white women, but if they go in a trailer park or something, the women probably be like, nah. You'd be like, where your tats at? Shit, you don't look rough. In fact, you go in some of those rougher areas, like using the Chad example, they need shoot. You go in some of those rougher trailer park areas, you need to have that. They need to have their head shaved and shit, real low cut and shit, some facial hair, looking rough. Look like you might fuck up some shit. And I'm just using that as an example. It's the same way no matter what the race is. Like in the black community, you get a lot of people talking about some Chad and not Chad and Pookie and Ray Ray. Only women really going for Pookie and Ray Ray are some like ratchet ass women anyway. But here's the thing with them. They ratchet. They looking for that. Like women, you can, in fact, I've said that before. I can tell everything about a woman. All I need to do is have an idea what she like in a man, then I can tell everything about her. See, we ain't the same way. As long as she got that progression. Let me do the progression for y'all. Let me do it. As long as she got that face card, nice hair, nice breasts, snatch waist, big old butt dunk, round hips, thick thighs, which save lives. You know, some calves, which you gotta have, and toes. I ain't rhyming with the toes because everybody be giving me rhymes for toes, so I'll just say toes. I don't give a fuck. They can wear some little footies on them. I'm just trying to get the booty. So, you know, whatever. Anyway. Yeah. But anyway, right? But you got to find what works for you because, first of all, I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you do. Is that Popo over there? Hey, Popo. Popo over there chilling. They probably eating a donut. They ain't paying attention to me. Anyway, no matter what you got, no matter what you wearing, some women going to like it, some women going to reject it. You got to find the look that you comfortable with. That's one. Well, go ahead, Martha. You got to find the look you comfortable with, and then the look that's working for you. And like I said, if the women throwing it at you, smiling, whatever, boom. Like, okay, like this. I ain't gonna lie, I just be letting this shit just grow out. I be getting these pretty young women and stuff, man. Like at the gym I'm coming from, there's a young girl in there dudes be asking me about. It's like, hey, what's up with her? Cause she real friendly with me. She ultra friendly with me and shit. Be asking me all about her and shit. But she see me, she be like, hey, how you doing? Smiling and all of that. And I even said something. I said, damn, yeah, I'm just an old guy. Yeah, she was just like, yeah, whatever. Still like it. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. But you don't know, because, like, when a woman is looking at a man, like I said, she looking at all this stuff. She thinking about stuff we ain't thinking about. Like I always say about my favorite time I was rejected. A woman said, told me I was too pretty. She said I was too pretty because she liked my eyes and my skin was too smooth. And this is when I was younger and shit, man. Getting older now. I don't know if she say the same thing. Maybe I look rough enough for her now. I don't know. But she said, she told me straight up, look me dead in the eye and say, yeah, she like rougher looking men. In fact, somebody had sent me a clip that I had seen before, like from the show that keep on giving, the Balloon Pop show, where this woman said she rejected this man, said he was too pretty. She like a little ugly in a guy. But they like different things. But it's not even about trying to be ugly or whatever. Find what works for you. Find what works for you. You could be average looking and still getting to play like crazy. Because, like I said, most women prefer to be the prettier one. Most women. Yeah, and then you do got some women, they prefer the guy to be pretty. And then, yeah, that works for them. But all you have to do is figure out, okay, what's working for you? And remember, except for your bone structure, you can change it. You can change your haircut. You can do it. You can figure out the right haircut for you in a couple months. Just go like every couple of weeks and change up, or shoot. Like this young boy. I always tell, I love that story. I'm in the DMV and this young boy was asking his mom for money to go get a haircut. And she was like, you just got a haircut 3 days ago. And he was like, Mom, that was 3 days ago. But that dude was keeping this shit up. He knew it. That's what worked for him. But you can figure out in like a couple months what worked for you. And all you had to do was go out. Which women smiling at you? Which women like giving you that attention? Because women, like I always say, they thirsty. They always looking. I don't give a shit. Women always looking. They always looking. They always checking you out. Don't think for a second that they not. Women thirsty out this joint. And they like what they, and let's be clear, they do like looks. Looks do matter. I don't even if they say it. Because everything mattered to women. Everything. They be looking at everything. All you had to do is figure out what works for you. Which haircut work for you, if you're going to have facial hair, kind of clothes you have, even the clothes you wearing, if they working. And I'm famous for saying shoes to get your dick sucked. I've had several women tell me, they told me straight up, they say they be looking at the shoes first. And there ain't no racial thing. Let me just clear. I said that one time, I said there must be a racial. No. Because I'd never forget this white woman told me that shit. I had like a scratch on one of my shoes. She's like, you got a scratch down there. She be looking. They be looking. They just quieter about it. All women be looking. They be looking at all that shit. And like I said, it's on a deeper level. It's a reflection of whatever they got going on inside of them. Like you can tell. Like I said, with men, we don't give a shit. As long as she got that nice body, whatever, we don't give a fuck. She can wear a potato sack. We don't give a fuck. That's why you get some men who are millionaires. They'll mess with some ratchets as long as she pretty. Be marrying some stripper or something. They be a millionaire. She be working like a barista or something, bartender or something. We don't give a fuck as long as she look good. That's our mindset. Women ain't the same way. So all you had to do is just figure it out. Like figure out the look. Figure out what worked for you. Figure out, it's like, oh, okay, that's working for you. Shit. I'm going to tell you how deep it is. I can even tell because like Master Teacher BGS picked up about me. I've been in different social classes and stuff. So, and usually I be dealing. Well, the women I prefer are like those 92 octanes, those corporate type of women, AKAs. If I got, like I always say, if I got to tell you what AKA is, you don't need to be on here. But those are the type that be showing me the most love. Shoot, got 2 sons with an AKA. Got 2 sons with an AKA. Supposed to see it today too. Anyway, shit, I'm gonna tell you what. Once you figure that out, but even then, usually with them, they were catching me when I was more corporate anyway. They gotta be a little bit more clean cut, and they know a little bit more about my background. But sometimes when I'm around here, be looking a certain way, I be getting those 87 octanes, working class women. Because, when I'm driving around here, like I said, I got that more modest car. I be in sweats most of the time. Because usually if y'all see any of my videos or some of my sit-down videos when I got a polo on or nice shirt on or Lacoste, that's just for y'all, man. I don't be wearing that shit outside the house. I be trying to be as low-key as possible. And I know it's the type of women that show some interest. See, that's something else too. Think about the look. Think about the type of women you want and think about your look. Because remember, that thing assortative mating, women especially stay in their class. And not as much with men. Not as much with men. Let me turn that joint off. Yeah, got that heat on and stuff. Man, it's cold in the motherfucker out here. 19 degrees and shit. Man. Damn. Cold in the mud. Shit. Gotta go out later today. Gotta get one of my other coats. Yeah. I be looking totally different. I look more bourgeois today. When I wear one of my quarter zips. Oh yeah, you know what? I wore a quarter zip on an on-demand video I did, and some dude talking like this something new. Man, I've been wearing quarter zips since 2008 and shit. That's new for me. You're catching up with me, man. Don't ever hit me with that shit. A lot of times I be way ahead of the curve. Other motherfuckers didn't catch up, and then they be like, "Hey, Rom, I see you doing that. I've been doing that, motherfucker." Shit. Anyway, I think I'll wear a quarter zip tonight. Got some more serious stuff to do. Dress up a little better, wear the better shoes, look a little bit more bougie. But you don't need to know why. But I'm gonna tell you what, find the look that works for you. Find the look. Find the look. Cause I'm gonna keep this on. I ain't tripping that much, but just, straighten it out under here a little bit. But that's the look. That's the look. And anybody can do it. The beauty of it is, like I said, your bone structure can only get so much. And even your facial bone structure. Sometimes you might just need to lose some weight. Or maybe put on some weight. That's it. Because you put on weight in your face or something. So you can control that. And I would say 97% of you can control. Even your body, you can put on some weight. Very, very few people are at their optimum weight. And let me say something about that body game thing real quick. It ain't about how much body fat. Women just want to know what look good to them, okay? In fact, I've seen some studies say women prefer a man, at least in this study, around like 15% body fat. 15%, all right? It depends. And even then, that ain't gonna be every woman. It depends. It depends. If you slimmer or something, you naturally got lower body fat. Some women are like that. See, all you had to do is figure out what works for you, though. That's the key thing. Don't worry about it works for dude. Don't worry about what another man tell you. That's why even I would tell you, find out what works for you. Even I. Now, there was a time I say you had to, be muscular and shit. But even then, you're going to have different muscles. Because a muscular dude who's an endomorphic dude, he going to be big, have those big brolic muscles. But then you got some slim dudes who are real muscular and stuff, real cut. And the women like it. It depends. It depends. Because, like I said, it's different women. It's different. Every single woman is different. Every single one of them. Some of them, I've known several slim women, they like a big old dude. Then some big women, they like a slim old dude. Be that number 10 and shit. Shit. Be that number 10. They be that big old woman. Say, big fine woman, won't you back that thing up? They be all slim and shit. But it just depends. It just depends on the woman. And yes, they looking at everything. Hell, shit. They looking at your damn print. If you don't got that big old print, you better convince her you'll grow. Shit. They be looking at all of that. Figure out what work. Might be sweatpants season. Hey, if that work for you, shit. That's what you gotta figure out. Even putting on something like tats or something. Now, personally, I don't have any tattoos because I was going to get tattoos back before they became real popular, but everybody started wearing them. So I was like, well, nah, I can't get them now. But I say my only tattoos are my scars. My scars are my tattoos. But that's me. Somebody else, get you a nice little tattoo or something. If it works for you, if it works. Don't get something because you think it worked. Because I knew this one dude. This dude, he got his ears pierced because everybody else was piercing their ears. I was like, it don't really work for you. You don't really got that face. I mean, I've had some women, I even asked some women about it. I said, what if I got my ears pierced? They told me no. It's like, nah, it ain't going to work for you. They told me straight up, no. So you got to figure it out. And if you do have to ask somebody, ask a woman. Like I've talked several times about having women friends. Now, some people are against that, but I'm like, look, if you got a woman friend, you can at least use her. Don't have a woman friend and you still trying to get some pussy from her. Yeah, don't do that. Don't be in the friend zone for that. But if she ain't trying to give you some, but she can, put some money in your pocket or give you some advice or be a spy in that camp, be a wing woman sometime, have that. Sometimes they'll tell you, they'll be like, nah, this is what you need to do. But she got a vagina at least. She got a vagina at least. Like, if you're going to fuck around, get somebody with a vagina. Get somebody with a vagina. They can give you better information than anybody else. And go ahead. Get me some. Yeah. But anyway, though, go in here. But yeah, like I said, figure out the look that works for you. You decide the look. Alright? Don't be like listening to some guys telling you all this shit. That shit might not work for you. Because there's so many factors you got to deal with. Alright? Yeah, let me pull this joint back. Alright? So, anyway. That's all I got for today. Go ahead, get some vittles. Alright, yeah, got this sun in the back. Oh, well. It works for me. Anyway, hey, man. I'll get back with you. But, yeah, just figure out what works for you. I can't emphasize that enough. You. Fuck everybody else. You don't worry about Chad. You are whatever your damn name is. You got to figure out what worked for you. Alright? And if you get some Bama ass, some faggot ass dude trying to compare you to some other dude, yeah, I'm going to use that term. No, forget that. Or they try and say, you need to do this or that. Say, ask them, look them dead in the eye and say, do you have a vagina? If you don't have a vagina, don't worry about it. All right? So anyway, that's all I got. And I'm get off of here now. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.